everyone, this is Ellie Mae with Swift Crate Customs, and I am going to share a little bit of a glimpse. It's going to be a little bit of an unusual glimpse, but I had some things set up. I just finished my live with the BellaCon 2025 event where I shared Siser's cutting machines and the precision with print and cut. And I had a few things set up in my background. So while this was all out, I just grabbed a bunch more stuff. This is not everything I have created with the Siser cutting machines, but I thought, why not just record and show you some of these projects up close. I do have over 100 videos currently as I record this on the Swift Crate Customs YouTube channel that shares all kinds of different techniques. You'll see some of these projects that are in the background. I can't even say for sure if you've seen all of these projects or not. Some of them may have not made it into a recording. So I'm just going to share this glimpse. It's kind of a glimpse into my studio, so don't look too far, don't look too close. I have a lot of stuff in here, but I'm gonna swap the camera around and I'll show you a little bit more. So here is just a quick glimpse at where I recorded or where I was live with the video. I was comfortable. I need the multiple screens and just don't mind my piles of organization. But that's where I taught the class for BellaCon, where I showed how to create and the precision of the Siser Juliet and Romeo cutting machines in the print and cut process. Now, I will say I have had my machines for over 2.5 years. I've been teaching Siser cutting machines, and I've never had to calibrate. Calibration is not something that is typical that is needed with the Siser cutting machines, and my print and cut is spot on. So I will put links in the video description below for some tips, but while I was recording that, I had the background set up and I've added some projects here. So let's see if I can scoot back. Tried to add some light in here. Like I said, it's going to be a very unusual video, so bear with me, but I wanted to share some of these projects. So Siser Romeo was in my background, and then I had these signs. This is one of my original signs. This is adhesive vinyl applied to a wood sign. It is 24 by 24 inches. I would not actually cut this smaller. Not this particular design. This was one of the original designs I did to test Siser Romeo to see how well it could do those precision cuts. And, you know, a lot of people don't like weeding. I'm okay with weeding, and I actually enjoy it as long as it's a good cut. If I'm not having to fight with the vinyl, then I enjoy weeding. So there's a look. This is what you'll see in the background of my videos, but sometimes the glare on the video. I will put a link in the description for this particular design and any other designs I have. If I don't have links, make sure to leave a comment if you'd like to see something. So I'll start on the top and then I'll kind of work my way back. This is a kind of a faux neon sign created with Siser glow in the dark, your HTV. It is a, let's see, it's a large canvas. I can't tell you the exact dimensions, but next to it is a sign that's 24 inches. This is one I did recently on Siser Romeo to show with cutting details. This is Oracal 631. If I were to cut this again, I would cut it out of 651. But I did lose a few detail pieces, but that was not Romeo's fault. That was the vinyl. 631 does come up off the backing a little bit easier. Here is one of my original tests with Siser Juliet when I first got the machine. This is cardstock, different layers of cardstock, all that detail and precision cuts. This design it comes in larger, but I wanted to see how small, so you can see in relation to the signs, how small I could really take that. And you could probably go lower, but I already have one. Why do I need another? Now, down on my table, this is not all of the projects, but it does give you a good selection of what I have created and some of the things that you'll see in videos. So this was a recent one with the shoebox design from the Leonardo Design Studio software. I did custom print and cut. I have the video showing how I created those on the Swift Crate Customs YouTube channel. Some of the things that I've created with the Siser Etch tool on metal. This was one of my original tests. So some of these are the original tests and the software has actually improved. Let's see if I can get this on camera. So on some of these, you can see some of the tool marks are in a specific direction, or it kind of creates a pattern, and it doesn't really show. There we go. You can see it on this one, shows up a lot better at certain angles. That has been fixed. So it does do it in a single pattern, so it doesn't make quite those, but that kind of gives it a unique look too. Some leather tooling that I've done with the Easy Crease and the Etch tool. So this is leather tooling. Now with this was before the 2mm blade. I have not tested again. The leather took me quite a while to work the videos up for and to do those with, and so I haven't really gotten back into that since I spent all of the time on it last year. But I don't think the 2mm blade would still cut through this. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty thick. Leather is a very tough substance. Keep in mind that leather is a natural product, and the sole purpose of leather is it's hide. It keeps things out. So it can be very difficult to cut through or punch through. But it's on my list to test with the 2mm blade. It's just going to depend on your leather. Here is a design that I sketched with the machine, and another one that I sketched on the machines that I sketched with a normal Bic pen, and then I did a watercolor on them. So I am not an artist, not a perfectionist. I was just playing around. This is a stainless steel round that I etched as a test. And one of the things that's missing here, most of, is a lot of HTV, because I do a lot of t-shirts. And so I wasn't gonna pull all my t-shirts down to show you, but I do a lot of t-shirts. This is actually a recent video I did on the YouTube channel that is EasyColor DTV, and I did it 2 ways. So I have this, I'm actually wearing the shirt currently for, I'm not gonna show you that. Switching the camera gets to be a little bit interesting, but this is the DTV with no offset. And then I did another design that was a DTV with a wide offset to put it on a black shirt. So very precision cuts. You can see here, I'll just kind of get in here to the canvas, and even this little area here, this is cut out. So it's really a precision cutter. Again, I've not calibrated any of my machines, my Siser Juliet or Romeo, since I got them. I follow the same steps every single time. This is one of my original cuts. One of my very first tests with Siser Juliet on wanting to see the precision. Now, I will say this was probably the 3rd one that I cut after doing my test cuts. But the reason I had to cut 3 was because I didn't weed it right. It was not the machine's fault. So here's a couple more. This is an original test with a faux leather. Faux leather is another product that can vary greatly between colors, finishes, the backing on it. These are completely different faux leathers. So this is one with a woven backing. I have videos on both these types, but with faux leather, it is a very variable product depending on where it's just the actual product, because a lot of things can be called faux leather. But basically faux leather is plastic, it's fake leather. So the makeup and composition of that can vary greatly. This is adhesive or glitter HTV on top of faux leather. So you can see that woven backing, get you on camera, can be fuzzy. That can cause some issues when you are cutting. Fabric. Here is the fabric tote. This is a double-sided tote that I made. I am not a sewer, so if I can do this, you can do this. I am not a sewer. That was quite a project to tackle, but I did finish it, and all of those pieces were cut on, let's see if my arms are long enough, cut on Siser Romeo using a 24-inch cutting mat. I believe I used the Cricut cutting mat on this one. It's a little bit larger than 24 inches. And then we have some magnets. This was one of my tests with the new 2mm Siser blade. You could go thicker. I just need to order some thicker magnets than this. This was pretty easy for the machine. The only thing that I would caution here is I actually ruined my cutting mat because I thought I'd just crank up the force and it would cut great. It did cut. It cut completely through. It cut those magnets perfectly. The next time I went to use my cutting mat, I went to bend it back to remove it off of paper and it cracked because I had cut into the cutting mat. So that is a tip for you. Higher force is not always better, even if you think you know what you're doing. Here's another detailed cardstock cut. And then I started kind of at the wrong end that I thought I was going to. So this is originally why I kind of pulled everything out, because I was teaching the class for Bellicon 2025, showing the Siser machines, and this was a layered card using Knitwit Collections graphics. They are high quality graphic files, and I showed how to set up a print and cut. And I do have a step-by-step print and cut class that also uses Knitwit files, and you actually get the kit in the class so that you can work right along with me. But these are different print and cut cards, layered cards that are all cut with the Siser machine. If I can zoom in here a little bit, you can see the precision. I'll show you another glimpse of that. But with this, if it'll focus, the antennas, the second layer of antennas here, it even cut that. Now, there's no way I can get adhesive on that whatsoever. I left those on there, but I would probably clip those off. And then here is another layered card showing different kits. So I shared these in the show and tell part of the class. This is also something, one of the instructors had glued their little demos down to a sheet of cardstock. So I thought I'd show it. Let's just see if I can get it better in some better lighting. We'll move over to my light. So here is a look. I glued those down so you could see those antennas. So here's my fingernail. Those antennas are print and cut with Siser Juliet, and you can't even put adhesive on those. There's just no way. Now, in getting them off your cutting mat, that can prove difficult too, but the machine did the work. The machine did its job. So here's just a few more. I will put links to the supplies, and if you want a particular video and a question on a particular video, let me know in the comments below, and I can also link that up, because I'm sure I'm not going to get all of them. Again, there are over 100 videos on the Swift Creek Customs channel. This is a set that I designed and cut Siser Romeo, the largest I could cut on Siser Romeo with the cardstock I had available, down to different sizes, all the way down to little tiny, camera won't even focus. Same mushroom design, but just showing the versatility of the machines. So if you have any questions, let's get some of this in here. The signs, if there's a particular project that you'd like to see more of, let me know in the comments below, or a supply that you're looking for, I will search for it. I see one more that I hid because I didn't have space. This is a 12 by 12 metal sheet that I was practicing with the etching tool on and testing with some different etch fills. You can see different etch fills in there. This one, I held my breath while I did it. I believe I did this on Siser Juliet. It was close, very close. I was worried just because the rollers were getting close to the edges of the 12 by 12, but it just fit barely and I finished it. But it was just a test. So I don't believe that one has a specific video for it, but 12 by 12 etching. So final project. And I can't forget to include the Beginner's Guide to Siser Juliet and Romeo Cutting Machines ebook that is available by digital format in ebook or print on demand. This sets you up for success. It's start to finish, from setting up properly through 2 complete projects, one with adhesive vinyl and one with HTV. Everything that I have learned, I've put into this book to help you get started quicker. Make sure to check out links in the description below. Here's a quick look at the shirt that I mentioned with the Siser EasyColor DTV using a pattern fill in the Leonardo Design Studio software. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen or you'd like to see more, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.